Talk about East Carolina. Holy cow. This schedule, like when we when we talk about like East Carolina is not a very good football team. Their over under win total is 6.5. That is directly reflected in their schedule. Let's break this down. All right. Now, let's talk about their out of conference. Their out of conference, you know, relative to other out of conference schedules, it may be quote unquote easier, but for them, like I wouldn't expect them to dominate Old Dominion. I would expect them to win that game. I would not expect them to beat Appalachian State. I would not expect them to beat Liberty. But and then they play UTSA right after that, and then they're like, all right, so now we're 2-3, limping into conference. What do we have left? What do you have left? Nothing. You
Oh,
have
come
nothing.
on. Come on. North Texas. We love Eric Morris. At Army, never going to be easy. Everybody else. Well, Tom Herman and Florida Atlantic, who knows? Nobody else. I mean, but these are teams like East Carolina, who was not good last year. And while they got some guys returning right offensively, and their O line, it started getting better at the end of the year. But by the way, at the end of the year, you were playing FAU, Navy, Tulsa. So of course you're gonna be looking better against the bottom of the barrel on the American. But the reality is like you're playing those teams again. You're getting that schedule again. So if you can continue that momentum, after maybe bumpy up and down September, your October, November is about as good as you could ask for.
As a team in the American.
Yeah.
College football.
I would throw like one of the easiest no October, Novembers in college football. I get like the CUSA, you're gonna have some pretty easy schedules, right?
The
And
MAC.
Liberty has one too, FIU, obviously, the MAC. But I mean, jeez Louise. Now let's talk about East Carolina a little bit, right? Chase Sowell, hoping we come back. Year two, right? Kind of produced a little bit for you. At D line, JD Lampley, is he coming back? We like that. Lewis, he's gone. That sucks, but he was pretty good. And then your cornerback duo. The problem is it's it's gonna be tough. I mean, Jake Garcia, is he the guy? You like him, don't you? You thought,
Yeah, I've always been a Jake Garcia stan. I never understood. I've not been a stan of is Caden Hauser, who's also in that building. And it's like,
yeah. So
sorry, Michigan State fans. I was kind of mean to y'all. I didn't mean to be so mean to y'all, but I was. I was very mean.
it was tough. But yeah, if you're looking about teams that you want to play in the AAC, right? I mean, you Army, Temple, Charlotte, Tulsa, FAU, Navy. Those teams look familiar. You're going to see them on the screen because those are literally the teams that they play from October to November. That is crazy. That is
That month,
crazy. Teams you want to
that
avoid? I'm sorry.
there are so many MAC schedules in that month that so many MAC teams that have a schedule in October more difficult than the one that East Carolina has.
They would trade. They would swap. They would absolutely swap.
No,
And by
no,
the way,
okay, no. That's criminal. That's criminal. That's not actually true. But relative to East Carolina's talent to these other teams and some of these other MAC teams, it's relative. It's not actually true. Or obviously, if you were to switch those teams, East Carolina would shred through those opponents. Oh, I mean, maybe not.
who knows? Who knows? But
Maybe not.
could they play on a Tuesday and Wednesday night?
Yeah, if it was a Tuesday night, if it was a Tuesday night, East Carolina is in for one. We're talking
But
fumbles, we're talking muffed punts, we're talking, I mean,
it's 4th and 7 at the 45-yard line. Let's go for it. Right?
exactly.
God. But yeah,
God, I
real quick,
loved.
teams you want to play and you do not want to play in the AAC, right? They get UTSA. That's tough, right? But you get them early. You kind of get it out of the way. And then you get to Charlotte, and then you can just get a bye week and reset, regroup before the rest of your schedule. But yeah, UTSA, which you get, but Memphis, Tulane, USF, teams you all avoid, right? And SMU's gone. So, yeah, I mean, this was a clear cut, you know, one of the easiest schedules in the country, relatively, right? But also in the American Conference for sure. And just gonna throw out there, right? Over on the winner, 6.5, which is, like we talked earlier, good for them. Like winning a going a bowl game in like in a vacuum for East Carolina and the Americans, like, oh, that's awesome. But with the schedule, like you're hoping 7, 8 wins, right? We'll call it seven. Yeah, 7, 8 wins, right? 8 wins would be awesome. But then the American Conference Sleeper Championship plus 1,600, which by the way, zero value in that. That is way too low. But it's also like it's because of the Vegas sees that
Just
schedule
because
like
it's gonna be plus like
what
500 in the championship game if they make it.
I
So
mean
it's like
they could be
you
7-1.
you can't even hedge that.
They
You
could be
can't even
seven
hedge.
and one. And obviously, you're who knows? Who knows? But I mean, to some teams above them, that they miss is Rice, South Florida, UTSA, Tulane. Like those, I'm sorry, Rice, South Florida, Tulane, and Memphis. Those are all teams ahead of them in the conference, quote unquote, conference championship race. And they get them. I mean, the only team that potentially you might want to play and you can substitute UTSA for or North Texas for is UAB. But Trent Dilfer, who knows there? I mean, they got some guys, potentially getting better in year two. But
They got shredded in the transfer portal. Jacob Zeno though.
yeah, Jacob Zeno. Oh,